Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Resiliency Camp Podcast. We got Big Al and Teddy in the building tonight, man. How we feeling?
Yo.
Feeling great.
Man, we got a milestone tonight, man. We got two guests at once, bro. So, shout out to Voss for making that happen, man. So, and thankful too, bro. Y'all the first to be on, bro. For real, man.
Appreciate it. Am I on this mic or is it?
You on this one, brother.
Okay,
So yeah, you on this one, brother.
I just want to make sure you're dope. I just want to make sure. I don't want to be.
Man, for sure, brother.
We in here.
And then, man, Big Al, bro. A lot of people don't know, bro. So Big Al was like, when I wanted to get Resiliency Camp started, man, Big Al was someone that Voss put me in touch to, man, to come up with the design, man. So Big Al, man, just tell him what you do, man.
I'm a graphic designer, self-taught. Man, just been doing this shit for about since 2012, into 2012. This has been all self-taught. A lot of YouTube, YouTube University, Reddit, a lot of that stuff. I don't know. I do a lot of stuff. I mean, mainly I do a lot of stuff for Teddy too. So I guess I don't know, like mentor, I don't know.
Right.
We used to say I was his manager, but we stopped that a long time ago.
Still is.
But still, I'll still put the work in. So I still do that too. But I guess I got a lot of titles, bro. I'm just I just do
right.
I just try to do whatever I can, for my friends and basically for my camp, So
No, and that's real. And the graphic designer, you know what I mean? Because I seen Voss show me that book, man, and what you do, man.
Oh, man,
I think
appreciate it.
I think that's very dope, bro. And just knowing that you self-taught, bro. I'm
Yeah,
that's amazing as well. And then we got Teddy, bro. Teddy, man, you and everything, right? You producing, man. You make music, man. Talk about that, brother.
Graphic design too.
Yeah.
You do that too?
You
See,
made these.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm a jack of all trades, I guess. But me and Voss went to school back in 2016 for audio engineering. Been producing since 2015. I've been releasing my own music since 2014. Like Al said, I do a little bit of graphic design, some of my covers. Yeah, man, I just try and do it all. I just love staying busy, staying creative. So
that's real. So let me ask you, or ask both of you. Either don't matter who answer, but how important is it to, like you say, be a jack of all trades, have your foot in everything?
Very important. I mean, I feel like I'm not waiting on nobody, which is the best feeling. You know what I'm saying? Especially being an artist myself, I'm not waiting for somebody to send me beats. I'm not waiting for somebody to mix my records.
That's real.
Recently though, I'm definitely trying to. I don't know, on the engineering aspect. There's always areas where I need to learn and improve in, but the best part of it is I'm not waiting on anybody. So
right, that's real. You can get it done, self-efficiency.
Yeah, definitely.
What I'm saying? That's real right there. And then Big Al, man, like you said too, bro, you was talking about how you taught yourself, man. Man, how'd you do that, bro? Because
it all started low key, so I'm 27, so I was a little kid on MySpace, and I was a big fan of 50 Cent and G Unit, and I don't know if you remember when Bape was got really popular, they had the little the little character things. I forgot the name, but the little character things. I always wondered how to do that, learn how to do that, and I never knew. And I think I had hit some graphic designer. I was like, bro, how do you do how do you guys make those? And he told me about Photoshop, and this was I don't even know, bro. This was early 2000s, and eventually there was another artist that came, another graphic design artist named Miami Chaos, and he did a lot of I guess, what's the word? Concept covers and stuff like that. Right. And he would just make fake covers and stuff like that, and I never knew how. And eventually, I used to make music, so I used to rap too. And I fucking learned how to do graphic design right then and there, and then introduced to a brand too. I got introduced to Guns and Crayons, and then I was doing another brand with the owner and stuff like that. So it kind of just all came legit at one time, and then from there I never stopped. I never let up. So this is all just been in the mud, and never really. When I took a graphic design class in college, the teacher was like, "Oh, you should get certified," and I didn't even take it serious. So I always tell that story, but I didn't even take it serious. But now I really wish I would have done that, because I would have been certified in Adobe products. But it's been like that. It's been like that for almost, I don't even know, was that 10 years now? So it's crazy.
And then, man, talk to me about the ups and downs too of learning, bro, because I know that got to be hard. I know the success and oh, that's good, but even talk to the producing, even with the graphic design, I know there had to be a lot of
late nights, late nights. I'll say that for sure. I always think about staying up to 7, 8 in the morning. My parents going to work. I'm excited because I made 20 beats that night or something. Now I'm getting into certain rooms and people are just wow, man, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? And it's just time, man. It's all about staying persistent, you know, staying up when people are going to sleep and they're waking
That's
up
real.
and they're thinking you're lazy, but you know what I'm saying, you're doing what you got to do because you
That's
love to do
real.
what you do, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, learning is also fun though too, you know, cuz
That's real.
you're more valuable, you know. I personally feel, you know, I'm more than just a rapper. Now people need beats and now they're coming to me because I have a certain sound. But I would have never gotten there if I didn't learn it, if I didn't take the time out to do that stuff. So
Yeah, I agree with Teddy. Like when me and him first linked up, like we thought my graphics were dope, but like you know, like at that time. But now, like looking back at it, like he'd be like, we cringe at that stuff. So it's kind of like,
Right.
it's like we did, like he said, it's time.
The Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, exactly. Like Pulp Fiction, we made shirts. Like we
Right.
had a little like for like our team and stuff, and then we just would do stuff like that. But it's really just trial and error, man. I feel like there's really not a wrong way to like learn. I guess like as long as you're like learning and applying yourself,
That's real.
there's really no there's wrong way to learn. So like that's really what it comes down to is just time and being consistent and stuff like that.
And I think like I like what you mentioned too, bro. Like you said, time, bro.
Yep.
You feel me? Because everybody just trying to move fast, bro. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like trying to
Yeah.
move fast through the day, get it over with. Like you saying, like, and I think it's important too. Like nobody see the vision. Like
No.
can't nobody see your vision. Like you said, people
Never.
think you lazy.
Yeah,
come on,
man. Whether it's family, whether it's friends, like, and my thing is, I think we got to stop knocking these people.
Come
You know
on,
what I'm
that's
saying?
real.
Like, I'm tired of my parents don't think I'm this, or my friends don't think like, who cares, man? Who really
That's
cares?
real.
As long as you keep doing what you're doing, something's gonna happen eventually. Maybe it's not gonna be in that department that you're working in, as far as like creative stuff. Maybe you're being led into a whole different direction. I did not think I'd be engineering at all when I first
real.
started. Like, but then I had talks to my father, I had talks to my uncle, and it just led me in that direction. So like now I'm in more rooms now. So like, yeah, I don't know. Knocking the family thing or the friend thing is just kind of annoying now, especially for doing it for so long. It's like, who cares if they don't get it? You know what I'm
Right,
saying? This
that's
is your
real.
life, because when everybody's gone, it's
Come
still
on.
you at night thinking
real.
about what the hell you want to do. So, yeah, man.
I think also too, we're just in that era where like, we're all entrepreneurs and stuff. So like we have to be able to talk, like, you got to be able to talk to a graphic designer. You got to be able to talk to a videographer.
Right.
You got to be able to talk to an engineer, at least like to where you're not, fucking yourself over. I don't know if I'm able to cuss. Like,
Yeah,
I wanna
no,
make
you
sure,
good, brother.
But
Come on.
Yeah, I want to make sure.
We want to be as real, genuine, pure as
but
possible.
like,
all that.
I've seen so many people be in situations where like, oh, I got charged of this because I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm be like, well, you gotta apply yourself. Like at least
Right.
watch a couple of like YouTube is like the biggest teacher. Like you can learn the basics. Like you don't have to learn everything, but you can learn the
Right.
basics and like that. It's just really just putting the time and effort in. And a lot of people just think it's like you can't apply yourself to do
Right.
so just because they fail so many times that's your learning right there is like failing. Because
That's real.
I don't know how to.
I don't know how many times we
yeah,
failed.
like
we
it's just
failed so many times with certain things.
I done done
That's
so many.
real.
I've done so many brands and like and stuff like that, and like I've continued to just make them. It's like you just learn from the next thing, like from the last
That's
thing
real.
too. So you just keep it pushing.
And I saw a video by like Denzel Washington like this week too. It was saying like, bro, like you gotta fail.
You
like,
have
yeah,
to.
definitely.
like
It's
like
inevitable.
when you fail, be happy. Like
Yeah.
cause then you can make progress, bro.
When you live in that space of loving to fail, you kind of necessarily don't fail though.
That's
'Cause
real.
You turn it into learning though. So like that's like the Cobra Blue release. That was a fail.
Oh, yeah.
But I
I mean,
realized. In a way it was, in a way it wasn't. I ended up meeting Josh that night.
see, like-
So like in my mind, I don't really take it as a fail. It wasn't as
Right.
big as my first release. But when I look back at that night, I had people that I never thought would come out that night though too. So
right.
like. The number wise, as far as people coming out, it wasn't as big as the first one, but I ended up meeting one of my favorite musicians here in Arizona, which is Josh Caballas. Shout out to him. Love you, bro. He makes great food as well. But once you start realizing these fails are never really fails and there's always lessons or a step in a different direction, then
Right.
you kind of look at all this stuff a little differently. Because
Gotcha.
I know a lot of people that think they're failing because their beats don't come out a certain way or their mixes don't come out a certain way.
Right.
It's always about learning, though. Always about learning.
Man, that's real right there. And then Big Al, bro, like I say, bro, just from the learning, like I seen that book of yours, bro, and I just seen the progress, like you
Yeah.
said, from 2012 all the way to now, bro. And then like you even got working, I want to say, what is it, the New York Times or something like that, or what? Let me be specific.
Oh, well, I mean, I worked on City Morgue 2, Volume 2, and that was in the middle of like Times Square. So like that's
Right,
like
Times Square got you,
It was
right.
crazy. Like that was like wild. Like,
Yeah, how was
to
that,
see.
bro? How was that feeling? And let me ask you, how you gonna top that, bro? Like, how you gonna?
That's crazy because I was just on my Instagram story, and that was a year ago, like around this time, and
Right.
that my next step is just like if I get a chance to work on Volume 3, it's bigger. It's always like because every
Right.
album that I've done with them has been bigger. And shout out to Righteous P for really believing in me and wanting me to help out on stuff like that. But yeah, that was like the main thing of my zine was to show like where I started and where I'm at now, because that was just what like I legit ended that the book with what I was working on currently. So like what was that, May or April, somewhere around there. Like that was still current work, so it was like I was still learning. I'm still learning now. So it's just to show, like the main thing was to show like you put the time and effort in, because it started in 2012. Like it shows you starting in 2012 all the way to 2020, and we're still in 2020. So
Right.
and that shows you like it
real.
doesn't stop.
And then one thing I want to mention that you brought up was the belief, bro. Like you said, like Rich's P believing in you, bro. Like how big is it for somebody to believe in you, bro? Because like you said, we are in that era where everybody's trying to be an entrepreneur. But like you said, like you never really failing. Like your beat might not come out a certain way, but like with time, somebody gonna mess with it. All it takes is one person. Like talk to me about like how big is it believing? Because like I feel like too in this era, like. And I'm not trying to put like a negative context on it, but like we live in an era too where don't nobody want you kind of like doing better than you. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, man, because like I post my stuff sometimes and I'm like, man, like I just need one person, somebody to really believe in me, like you saying with Rich's P. So just talk to me how important that is, bro.
Well, for me, it's like my circle, like my girl,
Right, that's
Teddy,
real.
100 Gems, my girl's family, like.
That's
Like
real.
I get like I have like seasonal depression, so like sometimes I'll just get into these weird funks where like I just be like I don't think nobody believes in what I do, but then like, I always have to like get reinsured. So I ask my friends like, "Yo, you mess with this?" I ask my girl, like, "Do you mess with this?" Or like, "Would you do this?" Or like my girl like proofreads or see a lot of my stuff before I even post it. So she's like a big motivation and keeps me going. She reinsures me, but like Teddy is really a big big person that keeps me going too, because. But he legit, like I always say this too in like interviews or this podcast, stuff like that. Like Teddy made like he told me like straight up like in 2014.
Probably.
Yeah, end of 2014. It was like December. It was like around Christmas or after Christmas, and Teddy was like, "Bro, I'm gonna be with you like regardless. Like, it's all like you need, like whatever. Like you got me." And then ever since then, it's been like that. Like, it's just been like he's been like the true believer. Like, so I don't have any family. Like I legit like Teddy's been like my little brother. Like, so I treat him like my little brother. Like legit, anything ever happens to him, like that's like I feel accountable. So like that's a big part to me being reinsured in what I do and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, I think it's big because, like I say, like a lot of people like they like, oh, I don't need nobody to believe in me. Like I don't need no. But I'm like, I think that's big though to have people that believe in you though. You know what I mean? Because like you said, we go through that seasonal depression. You feel me? Like sometimes I find myself like, man, like. Fuck this podcast. I'm gonna stop. Bro. Like, but then I'm like, all right, that reassurance, bro.
I battle,
Boss called me. You know what I'm
I battle my Instagram every day, bro. Every time I post, I ain't even gonna lie. Like that shit messes with me. Like, I'd be like 10 likes, 30 likes. Like, I got 1,000 followers, but like,
my man be shook.
Yeah, I'd be like, bro, this is crazy. Like, I used to get like super like, damn, is my shit trash? But I understand, it's just
it's the algorithm.
It's the algorithms, and it's just like it didn't. The content, everything's being filtered as content. Everybody pumping out something, so it's just like. Like mine just not hitting correctly like how it should be to some people, so but I understand it. I don't get mad at the process. That's really what it is now. That's just the process. Like it's all the process.
For real. You gotta love it, bro.
Yep.
And then like, man, I see you talking about Teddy, man. Tell me how that relationship came about, Ted, man. How you and Big Al meet?
I actually love the story. So my sister started working at Jamba Juice the end of 2014. And that was the year, like I said, that's when I started making music. He had a blog called The Legal Trap at the time. I submitted one of my videos to get placed or whatever. And my sister comes home one day. She's like, hey, do you know this guy named Al? And I was like, no, I don't know anybody named Al. And she's like, well, he said he knows you. And I'm just like, my reaction, I don't know this guy. Like, well, who is he? And then she's like, well, he said that you submitted a video to his blog. And I was like, oh, okay, that's Al. Like, I never really dove into it.
I never put my face on any of my brands. So, like, it was just, like, a website, like, that was there. And then people, like, messed with it and went there. So, that was just it. Like I never put my face on it, so it was just like if you knew, you knew.
So when she came home that day, I was like, I don't know who Al is. Like he could be anybody. And she's like, when she mentioned the legal trap, I was like, okay, it makes sense. I was shooting for every blog, so
That's
good thing I was. But then after that, it was. Man, we were.
You invited me to your show, and ever since
That's what
then,
it was?
it was the one up north. It was Joe's Garage.
Yeah, Joe's Grotto or something.
Yeah,
Up north, what made you believe in them? That like you like I'm gonna go.
I don't know, man. It was just Teddy had that energy. It was just very like it was new and refreshing, you know. And really, I didn't know like the local scene like that. And Teddy was like,
I was tapped in.
Yeah, like Teddy's been like,
I was showing this was garbage.
Yeah, like, it was just like, you know. And it's just believing, and Teddy just has this good, you know, feeling, you know, good vibe that he brings with him. So it's just like, I was like, well, shit, I'll go check it out. So then I went with another artist named Marshawn. We went up there, and we kicked it with y'all like the whole night and stuff like that. We went to Tempe.
Funny? How I found your blog was because Marshawn hit up my cousin.
No, see?
Yeah, so Marshawn hit up my cousin to be in a video that he was doing. And then she's like, hey, do you know this guy? And I was like, nah. But I saw that Marshawn was posting on Illegal Trap. And that's how I found, So if Marshawn didn't hit up Camaria, I would never. Yeah, I don't know if we'd be linking, bro. But yeah, it's crazy. Ever since then, I remember we went to Barnes & Nobles. We worked on like some.
Oh, yeah, that's what we worked. Collection of random stuff.
We worked on a whole like collection. And he was showing me how to work Photoshop. So like, of course, I get my chops from him. Like, I probably would have never made it look like this if I didn't, you know, learn from him back in the day. So, yeah, ever since then, man, 2014.
I'm not confident in my work, though. I'll be honest. Like, I just don't think
this man be wilding. This man be wild. Every time he says something, I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? I got
like imposter syndrome. Like, I have a battle with myself.
He be tripping sometimes.
I'm just being honest. Like,
right. No, I appreciate the honesty, though, because I feel like a lot of people feel that way. But, you know, your work is dope, though. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I just don't be seeing what he be seeing sometimes. Obviously, because he's the creator.
I take pride in my work.
He's the creator of his stuff, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because he'll show me some new stuff or some stuff he works on, like 100 Gems' projects. I'll be like, why didn't you give that shit to me? I'm like, slide me that shit. It should be crazy, but yeah, I don't know.
I just want to just be transparent. That's it. Like,
no, he'll keep it a stack, though. Yeah. I'm just keeping it a stack, too. I'm like, bro, you wildin' because his shit be crazy.
Right, be crazy. His shit be crazy. Then let me ask you, Teddy, man, what do you think was like your biggest collab, like as far as like producing or just making music or?
Man.
That's a good question.
My biggest collab as far as like popularity or like.
Yeah, I want to know popularity and then your favorite. Like, what would you say, like, your baby?
So I have a song with Casey Veggies.
Okay.
I don't know when that shit's ever gonna come out, but like I have a song with Casey Veggies. I never really talk about it because it was like last year that it was right place, right time type of situation, and he liked it. He liked the beats that I was playing. I gave him some more beats, so whenever he drops his next project, hopefully I'm on there. But and it's produced with K Fisher as well, one of Larry June's producers, one of the greatest producers ever. K Fisher, he's fire. So that's probably like my biggest. And then like at least my favorite stuff to work on is probably with 100 Gems.
Gotcha.
Definitely 100 Gems. Me and Josh have great music together as well. But definitely 100 Gems. Like that's my brother right there. Like he's goofy as fuck. Thinks he knows everything, but that's my dog. You feel me? Like
I'm gonna say for me, for Teddy is like he has a beat by Filthy that probably will never come out. And people don't know like Filthy is part of Working on Dying, which worked on Drake's I'm Upset. So like Teddy has a beat by that. Uzi I have a beat Teddy has
Filthy.
That beat. Yeah.
Oh man, Filthy's beats are fucking crazy. From Philly. Hey, shout out to Philly. But yeah, I have a beat from Filthy. That was like 2014, 15. I bought it. It was like $30 or something.
Yeah, it was like mad cheap.
Yeah, that's what Assad. I'm tripping.
Oh yeah.
I have a song with Assad. Oh man, one of the greatest rappers ever. Like he doesn't get enough credit. I don't know what happened to him. He's like lost in the shadows of Philly, but like man, one of the greatest rappers ever. When I was on my Assad kick, man, I still be going through SoundCloud just listening to those songs, man. Like, but yeah, shout out to Damon too. Damon Logan. I remember he hit me. I was at my house at the time, and he's like, bro, I'm getting a beat from, I'm giving a verse from Assad, like, give me beats. I started jumping up and down like a madman, yo. I was like, because I remember listening to Assad with Al all the time. He would pick me up when I was bumming it with this one chick, and he'd play Assad all the time. And I was like, bro, who is this guy? Like, this man was fire. His punchlines are crazy, but Assad's probably the biggest song that I've had.
Like out publicly.
Yeah. But Casey obviously is probably the next one whenever that shit comes out, but.
Why, bro? Let me ask though. Why do artists do that though? Like, why do they record stuff and just like never drop it, bro? Like, cause
it's I as an artist, I get it because like you just keep making music. You just keep making music. I have.
So what? Like just like you just forget about that song? Like
high key, like I have like
I've seen this happen all the time.
I have like 2-3 albums that I've worked on throughout the whole year this year.
Right.
That I'm just tucking away. Like maybe I'll make some better shit next month. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's real.
Maybe I'll like. I just had the thought today. Like I might want to start reaching out to like bigger producers. Like, I think I want to start linking up with, like, Polyester the Saint or, like, Chuck English. Because I think I figured out how to do my singing stuff correctly. So now I'm trying to get into a whole nother lane.
Yeah, that rapping shit.
That rap shit, yo, high key, I'm done with that shit, bro. I'm high key done with that. But shout out to Frame, shout out to Frame, man. So yeah, like you like the way I work is like. I like to think of like, all right, I love Anita Baker. When I found out she got a Grammy off Rapture and only had 8 songs, that's how I model every album now. 8 songs, maybe 9 or 10, but 8 songs max. Like I don't want to do no fucking 12, 13.
Right.
So if I have 8 songs on like a playlist that I have on my phone, then the album's done for me. Gotcha. And then I'll just go to a whole nother section of music that I want to try and work out. Right. So I mean I get why Casey really hasn't dropped it or like other artists that I've worked with haven't dropped music because they just get into these funks, these grooves. Right. And then you just kind of sit on stuff. So
got you. And then Big Al, let me ask you, bro, because you say like you take pride in your work, bro. So like how big are you on like choosing the people you work with? Because I'm sure a lot of people reach out for you as far as like, hey Big Al, can you design this for me and stuff? Like do you just work with everybody or like how do you go about that?
It depends. Like, so a lot of the times it comes financial though. Like,
okay,
because I work for myself.
All right, so, right.
Okay. But like that's as of current. Like recently, because I've been working for myself and with the whole pandemic and stuff like that. But for the most part, like, it depends. Like, really, like because a lot of people want like certain stuff. They don't like make like everything bigger. Like that's a lot of like critiques I get, like, oh, make that bigger, but it's like from my perspective. So like I understand, like I can analyze a client or like somebody who reaches out to me like by what they want. So I'll like look at their page and kind of be like, all right, this is what they go for. This is what they kind of want. So I mean, but like I said, it really just comes down to like, you know, financial, like budget or just like, are they serious about their craft? There's been times where I know like, I'm like, there'll be people flashing money on Instagram and I'm like, all right, it's cake. So let me see 500, like, or something. I'm just throwing out numbers like 500, right? And they'll be like, "Oh, bro, I ain't got it." And I'm like, "All right, well then, you know, you ain't serious about your craft, like,
right?" How big is that though? Because for real though, like people hit you all the time. Like I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like when I hit you, we was in there. We had just done the first episode. I'm like, man, you know what? Like I gotta get serious. I gotta be real about my craft. Like you hit me with a number, I was like, okay, but like I'm like, shit, this part of investing though. You feel me?
Exactly.
Like, let me ask y'all, why y'all think people so scared to invest though? Because like, right, that's what killed me. Like I see people flashing money, but then like it's time to invest. It's time to, okay, look, you coming on, look, it's this, but you can't do it. Like why is that? Why people scared to invest in themselves?
I really don't know, because like Teddy will go broke for his brand. Like that's
real.
Like straight up. Like, so it's kind of like, and I'm a little bit more strategic because I got like, you know, a life outside of like, I guess, art and stuff like that. So I'm not saying, you know, nobody else doesn't, but like I have like a lot of other financial stuff that I have to pay. But for the most part, like I just balance and I budget my stuff. But I don't know why nobody want to invest in them. So like I believe like if you want to, you know, a beat by, you know, whoever, you know, why not pay that? You know, that's real. Want to work with an engineer or whoever, you know, why don't you do that? Or if you want graphics from somebody, like, why not pay what you want? Like, don't come to me looking for somebody else's work. Like, can you do this? Like, yeah, I can do that, but why don't you just hit that dude up? Like, they know that they're gonna get taxed. Like, they're gonna get, you know, like budget. You know, because I know a lot of industry graphic designers, and they kind of just be like, yeah, bro, like I started at 4 digits, you know, and I'm like, I'm trying to get there. Like,
and I like that you was being honest, bro. Like you said, it's about finances because like a lot of people throw me off, bro. Like they be like, because I was gonna ask y'all, like, so let me ask you this, like, if you have an artist or like if you have a client that want to work with you and like they just don't have the funds, but you see the vision, like, are you still gonna work with them?
Oh, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Because you got some people who will say like, oh, it's not about the money, but then like it do be about the money though. That's why I like how you was being real, like it's about finances. I'm like, okay, like.
Yeah, I mean,
like, it's a respect thing for me. Like, eventually, like, I hope you, like, be like, you know, like, oh, here's
here
that.
You go.
Like,
I got you.
So,
like with James, I don't charge him a dime for my beats because I appreciate how much time he takes into it though, and
that's
how
real.
meticulous he is.
Yeah,
when
he's
he
very,
very nitpicky. But I like that shit though. Like he cares about it. I don't want to charge you 200 to be, and then we're more focused on like me getting paid than the music coming out. So like with Jim's,
Right.
like that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? I'll do anything for him, like musically. So it's like whatever. But sometimes shit, if I need to pay this phone bill this month though, you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like,
You feel me?
like, but I'm not gonna. Sometimes I don't be charging people arm and leg. Like, I got some homies in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Like, I don't charge them arm and leg because I rock with them too though. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So it just kind of depends.
Like Boss knows. Like I worked with him for shit since
2016.
Yeah,
probably,
like and I used to hit him over the top, and he would pay it.
Right.
Eventually, we worked something out. Like we, you know, like because he always came back. Like I'll do the most for him. Like it goes like damn near Teddy than his shit. Like I feel like I be killing a lot of his shit for him. So it's like he knows. Like I always show him love when it comes to
Stay Cautious one was fire though. That was fire.
What was that? What was the Stay Cautious?
Me and him had worked on a song.
Oh, it's the one with the hat. That's cool.
And that was like off. I was iPhone. Like
I shot my picture
selfies.
off the iPhone
Like
selfie.
that's crazy. Like that was
That
dope.
one was hard. That one was hard.
Man, how did you and Voss end up going to school together? Shout out to Voss, man. As always.
Big shout out.
Yeah, we 2016. I want to say from March to December, and then we went to Kraz, and ever since then we've been locked in, reaching out every once in a while, like, hey, how you doing, type shit. So.
Right.
Yeah, I fuck with Voss, man.
Man, that's what's up, bro. Small world. And then like we have Herc in here, and like you didn't work with Herc, man. So I'm like,
man, the song that we got, bro. That's another one. That's another one I'm waiting. Oh man, I can't wait till that shit drops, bro.
Hey, when it's coming,
I don't know.
That's crazy. That song was wild.
I need the scoop, dog.
I got it in my nose. I'll let you hear it though.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to slap that after for sure.
Bro, that shit is hard, bro.
That's like the best part of my job, like having like artists and stuff. I get to hear all the unreleased music, all that, bro. So I love that.
I've been trying to get in with her too, because obviously everybody knows Jesus. That song is fucking
man.
crazy.
Hey, what? Jesus is a banger.
I love that vibe. Like I'm into the West Coast type beats and like that whole sound. Like I fuck with that. So when I heard Herc, I was like, bro, I definitely got to tap in. Luckily, I was working at a studio that he was always going to, and then one night he was like, hey, Teddy, you got some beats? I was like, hell yeah, I got some beats for you. Shit, like, let's go. So
I've been waiting.
I was making a lot of AZ Chike type beats, and then I had played some of the beats that I made earlier that day, and he wasn't really feeling them. But then I played him the ones that like were kind of AZ Chike-esque or whatever.
That bounce.
Had that bounce, man. The 808 was hit with the kick, man. He was like, yeah, this is the one. So yeah, I was in there till like 5 or 6, and then he finally finished it. But like, yeah, that song was hard.
Man, that's real, bro. And then Big Al, like just speaking to both of you, bro, because like you speak on that, like that mental like depression, bro. So let me ask you, like, what helps you get over like that, like just to keep going, bro? Like I know you mentioned like your family and friends and things like that. Like, is it just that like being in those moments, man? Like,
well, kind of what I'm gonna explain it because like shout out to my girl, she kind of put me on game with just like mental health stuff and mental awareness,
bro.
I never knew about it. Like I never knew what anxiety was and stuff like that. And coming to understand, like I know it's a like a big thing now and stuff like that. But there's people that have been dealing with this stuff for years and never having it acknowledged and stuff like that. So she kind of just taught me and reassured me with certain stuff. But it was just like getting over that stuff. You just need to be fall back. And get with your circle, like the important people that are in your life and stuff like that. And you need to just detox. Just need to let the BS that's bothering you get it out and just just relax and focus on what you need to focus on.
That's real, because like I heard you say you was like a mentor as well too. You know what I'm saying? So I think too, like like with mentoring and stuff, it's all about being real nowadays.
Oh yeah,
you know
definitely.
what I'm saying? Because I feel like we live in a world everybody try to portray this image of just happiness. You feel me? And that's why like I like how you saying like, no, I get low sometimes.
Oh yeah, because like I have to be honest. Like I'm not gonna sit here because in every interview or podcast, like me and Teddy go like back and forth with. We want to understand, what people been through. We want to know what they go through because everybody just talks about,
Come on.
I got in the studio, I worked with
So
Drake,
general,
and then it's just
that's why
I took off. But like, I want to be able to I was going through this, sleeping on the floor, didn't have this. I had depression. I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with that. Like, I need to hear that stuff because it's like that makes me more relatable to you. And like, I understand I can do that. You feel me? So like that's really what it is.
And that was the main reason for me starting this, like resiliency camp. Like with the word resilient. You know what I'm saying? Able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions. Because like you say, sleeping on the floor, going through tough things, and then I'm like, man, I want to start a platform where artists, athletes, business owners, whoever, who got something going on they can see this side of it. And then, man, let me ask y'all, bro, like, are y'all from the city? Are y'all from Arizona? Or?
I'm born and raised.
Okay.
I'm from, my bad.
No, I was going to say, I was born in the south side and then raised on the west.
Okay.
I was born in Lima, Ohio. I was raised out here, though. So I came out, I want to say 16, 17 years ago.
Right.
So I don't know too much about Ohio, but yeah.
I almost went to Akron, bro, but it was,
for real?
Bro, it was too cold, bro. I went on my official visit.
Yeah.
It was snowing.
Yeah.
I'm from Arizona, bro. It don't get too cold. You know what I'm saying?
It's freezing out there.
Right. I'm like,
did you play football?
Yeah. I ended up playing football. Yeah, bro. So, man, good memories with that. But man, let me ask you, bro. Like, speaking on growing up, because I heard you, Big Al, say like, you didn't really have family and stuff like that. Like, can both of y'all speak to y'all upbringings, man, and the trials and tribulations to getting to where you are today?
Yeah. Oh, okay. My father's Jamaican. My mom is African American. So I don't know. It's kind of nice having a parent, like one parent at least outside of this country,
right?
Because you kind of get like a different perspective on like how other people outside of America live. Because I don't know, America we're weird here. Like we're so entitled and shit. Like,
for sure.
So when I hear my father talk, like I gotta just, what I'm saying, chill out for a second, like understand my privilege. Even as a black person, I feel like we don't understand our privilege sometimes. So like recently my pops has been on the phone with his family back in Jamaica, and like as soon as he's done, he's talking about how he's going to send stuff out to them as far as like lotion or like few bucks to get like a cow or something so they can make some money out there. So yeah, my upbringing was definitely like, it was, I don't know if it was different. I feel like it was.
Not to cut you off, brother, but like when you speak to like the privilege, like what you mean by that? Like
as far as like
so it's clear to the people. Like,
as far as what we have here in the States.
Got you.
Even being black though, because I know a lot of people will talk about white privilege. I'm not saying black privilege, but I'm just saying privilege as a person here in America. Like,
got you. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm going. Somebody gonna hear that and be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Something like, man.
It is what it is, man.
Right? Right. You can take it and spin it.
I appreciate you, but man, they gonna take it and spin it.
Right, spin the narrative anyway. Right.
But like, I feel like in America, we just don't understand our privilege here.
Right.
And like I said, having somebody outside of this country come here, and my father was sleeping in a freaking shack by himself type shit when his grandmother passed away. His mom came here and he was, had a thing for himself. So like, he's always telling me and my siblings about stuff like that. So I don't know, like I think that's why I just go as hard as I can.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Because of the stories that my father told me, stories my grandmother told me. And I just feel like it's just disrespectful to like just be bullshitting, like.
Come on, bro.
So my grandma came here in like the 70s or so, and then wasn't able to get my father here until like the 80s. So like my pops was alone for like 10 years. Right. And it's just like, I don't know. She came here, she did what she had to do. My father came here, he got his degree. My goal as the next generation is to do something that I love and feed my family with. That's real. So like, yeah, I don't know. I know you asked about the upbringing, but
you hit it on the nail, bro. Okay. No, that was great, bro.
Tangent, but yeah, so
it's so hard not to like.
Yeah, it's like
I feel you.
Yeah,
no, and that's what this for, bro.
Cool. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm on track and everything. But yeah, my parents, they're in social work. So with that, it's a conversation at the table about mental health.
Right. That's real.
Anxiety or depression. So I don't know, like I talk about and think about these things a certain way because I know there's help out there.
Right, that's
and
real.
Especially in the black community, I know we don't talk about stuff like that a lot.
Right.
But at my dinner table, that's what my mom and dad would come home and talk about. They talk about work. They talk about, hey, this person has bad depression. Oh, mom, what's depression?
Right.
So I'm learning right then and there. And then, you know what I'm saying? So like my upbringing was definitely different. My mom grew up in a white community, so she's kind of like an Oreo sometimes. So I grew up watching Back to the Future, Star Wars, all the nerd shit from the 70s that she liked. So I don't know, when I have conversation with certain black people, I feel so like fucking lost. I don't know. It's just, you know what I'm talking about. I be feeling fucking lost. Like, I don't know. It's just it's different.
Right,
But
right. No, I get what you're getting at, bro.
Like, I'm like the Childish Gambino for fucking
right. No, I get what you're getting at.
Type shit.
Let me ask you too, bro, because like it's from the sounds of it, bro, and I could be wrong, but it seemed like you had both parents in your life.
Oh yeah.
How big is that, bro? Because I think that's big too. Like you said, like you said, coming down. This is what me and my parents would talk about at the dinner table because I think that's important too, just to spend time and sit down. Because we live in a generation today where parents don't sit down with their kids no more.
I will never take that for granted.
Come on,
never take that for granted at all whatsoever. Like that's what I plan to do with my kids. You know what I'm saying? So
that's
like,
real.
Oh man, this shit gets me emotional sometimes. Cause I know
for a fact.
I know in the black community it's just so fucking hard for like that shit to just stick. You know what I'm saying? So I never take that for granted. That's something my father was always fighting for. As far as like when he came to the States, he always told us like, you know, I didn't want you guys living in two households. Even my mother was always saying that I didn't want you guys living in two households because that's just not how we're raised. You know what I'm saying? So.
Bro, it play a big part.
Big part.
People don't understand,
big part.
And that's why I tell people all the time, like my brother Tavon had to tell me, if you can destroy a man, you can destroy a household. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the devil want to do is destroy the household. Because then you don't know who gonna be in your child life. Like it's so much that go with it from living in two different households. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I was able to go through all this shit that I went through with both parents.
Right.
I got both perspectives, male, female. One from a third world country, one from a first world country. Like there's so many different perspectives
much game.
I'm so thankful for.
Right.
So when I'm out and about in the world, I'm not as lost, I feel like. You know
right. That's what I'm saying.
So like I don't know, it's just definitely.
And that's why I'm just listening to you talk. Like I said, you had that. Cause I'm a teacher, you know, so like I see kids nowadays, and I'm like, man, like you can tell they parents don't spend no time with them and things like that. And I'm like, so it's good that you appreciate that. And like one thing I like that you said, bro, like that stuck with me. I'm like, I'm snipping in that shit is where you said, bro, like that, like just to be playing, you bullshitting.
Yeah,
that's why I tell people all the time. Like I would go to these schools when I was subbing at first. I tell high school like, you don't love your mama, you don't love your dad. I'm just telling you the truth.
Yeah,
cause they struggling. Can barely pay for your phone bill. Yeah. You got on Jordans and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They missing meals for that.
Yeah.
And you come to class and don't do your work?
Yeah.
Man, you don't love your mama.
Yeah.
You in here laughing with your homeboys, things like that. I'm like, you playing, bro. Like,
that's the sad part. It's us, man. It's people that look like us that's doing the same shit.
Right.
But like,
come on.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's one of those things, man. It's one of those things where like, I was able to get that perspective though because my father's always telling me about my grandmother's story though. You know, like it's literally every week. This man knows every week my father's reminding me shit like that. So like I get to look at it from a different perspective. Like, damn, she came here, no family whatsoever here. She came here with a fucking pen pal.
Right.
Like a pen pal, bro.
Have those.
Yeah, like my dad was alone for 5+ years. Just trying to figure it out by himself. No father around. So like for him to come here and do what he did, and my grandmother, it's like I just feel disrespectful if I can't carry that on.
That's real.
But now it's like I feel like it's my job because I don't know, I'm very creative. I know I can make a living off this shit.
That's real.
So now I'm at a point where can I do something I love to do every single day, make money off that, and show my kids that, and then they can take that further? Because my grandma had to do what she had to do. She had to come here, get a job, doing whatever she can do. Set the foundation.
That's real.
My father came here, got the degree. He's doing better than she did. Can I do better than they did? You know what I'm saying?
That's real,
And
brother.
for me, in my mind, that's me doing what I love to do every day. That's me waking up, making beats, making songs that are going to impact people's lives. Or maybe just mentoring somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love to do that type of work. So
that's real.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at right now. So
that's real. And then Big Al, man.
My upbringing, I had both parents, but like my dad passed away when I was 11 in the 6th grade. He passed due to colon cancer. And then like I was, we're middle class, we moved to the west side, had a brand new house. My dad had an affair, and then he kind of split. Came back. When he came back, that's when he had passed. When I was in 6th grade, and then from there it's me and my mom. So it's kind of like I had like multiple chapters of my life, I guess, if that makes sense. And went to high school on the west side. Once I graduated, like legit, a couple months right after that, my mom passed away, heart failure. So I've just been on my own ever since then. Like I said, when I say I don't have family, like I don't have like immediate family. Like I have
Right,
family,
no, you got
but
right. I know
like,
what you mean,
like
brother.
all I really got like as quote unquote blood and family is like my sister, like
Right.
my oldest sister. Like she legit, take care of me, like or just like check up on me. But for the most part, I don't even see her because she lives in New Mexico. But
Right.
other than that, like I got a half sister. I got two half sisters, and then like my mom kind of adopted a girl, but like we don't know, we lost touch like years ago and stuff like that, and that's really it. Like I don't talk. I used to live with my aunt, like, but that was weird because she was just a whole nother whole nother beast in herself. So like she was just crazy, but like, and that was I'm saying my aunt because my uncle is my sister, is my mom's brother, and he didn't even communicate with me like as a nephew. You feel me? So like, it was just like I have weird like I guess relationships like
make
so
it
like,
hard to.
It's a struggle. Like I've struggled with like connecting with people or
Make it hard to trust, bro.
Yeah,
open up to people. All that.
It's really hard. So like,
because
people think I'm mad all the time, but I'm really
not.
I just be like,
I just take life serious, bro.
Yeah,
like that's it. Like that's
so,
why I love what Nip say. Like Nip said, rest in peace, bro. To the legend, he say, I was a charismatic nigga. I don't play as much because life is real when you live it in a place when you come from a place like us. Yeah, like, and I'm like, bro, I tell people that all the time. Like, so don't think I'm mad. I'm just serious, bro.
I still have fun, but it's like majority of the time I'm just like analyzing stuff. I'm like going and I'm like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and like I just move different, from most people. That's really it.
And too, bro, like I think what it is too, bro, like you growing up, you so young, and like you expecting people to be a certain way, love you a certain way, especially as a child, right? Like you expecting people to love you a certain way, and when they don't, that kind of like throw you off. It's like, man, I don't even know you. I don't even know how you.
No, that's what I was dealing with when I was living with my aunt and them. Like it just at that time I was already like 18, 19, but I was kind of just like tripping out. I'm like, damn, this is what family is, like, they like something happened to me, I owe them something. Like, wait, what? Like, how? That don't make no sense at all. But that's really, how I am. Like, but now my girlfriend's family, they take care of me like, like I'm their son. So like, I appreciate that.
And it show you that like that love, what a family's supposed to be like. Exactly. Like, okay, I can pick that up. Okay, I might not do that, but I can pick that up. I can carry that with me. And man, like just speak on like losing both parents, bro, because like I know that got to be a unimaginable feeling. You know what I mean? Like
I just realized, like talking with my in-laws, basically is like it didn't hit me until like when I was like 19. Like, and that was like already a year after my mom passed, and damn near 6 years after my dad had passed. So like, it was just like, it affects me more now than it did back then, if it makes sense. Because it's like, I'm older. I'm able to process. I'm able to process a lot of stuff, and like I want to be able to share those experiences. I want to be able to like introduce them to my friends, introduce them to my girlfriend and her family and stuff like that. So like, I don't know. I just really struggle with a lot of stuff like that, but. I'm almost 30, but it's just like it affects me more now, and I guess it's because I'm getting older and my emotions,
Right, and if you don't mind me asking, bro, like you cannot answer or not, bro, but just because I heard you bring up an affair, and rest in peace to my pops. Like I'm not speaking on them at all, but like, man, how does that play in a role and have an effect too? Because I feel like too, like a lot of people, we see things as a kid and growing up and stuff. Like, how did that affect you too, as far as like just with the loving and like you say, being open up to like your girlfriend or you know what I mean?
No,
like
I mean, me and her actually had a weird, kind of thing this year, and it explained a lot to me just because I learned a lot about myself.
That's
right. I learned about the love that I saw firsthand, and
right, play a big role.
Because like, there's a difference. I'm reading this book called All About Love like this year, and it kind of just shows you like. Sometimes when you're in home, like that what you see is not necessarily love; it's more care. I'm gonna take care of you, then I'm gonna love you. Like obviously that's what parents got to do, but I think there's a way you have to balance both. And that's something that's not. There's no rules or like there's no way to do all this. We're all self-taught humans, Like they make these laws and all this stuff like that, but for the most part, there's like. We're all learning this stuff, as we go, and it just takes like, experiences to do that. But for get back on, what you were talking about, like that. I grew up in a sense of like I never wanted to do what I saw, like if that makes sense. Like my family was like really rowdy, and I was like, I don't want to do that. My dad was a very rowdy person. But when it came to me, he was just very chill. So like when he would go out and then like we're at family stuff and he would get turned up, and I'm like, what the hell? Like it's different. But then when he come home, he cool with me. So it was like, and then once he did that with the affair and stuff like that, that kind of just like threw me off. And I said this in another podcast. When he came back into my life, I never was able to call him dad. Like I called him Big Al, and that's the reason I carry the name Big Al now.
That's real.
It's because like that's still honoring my dad. Like, yeah, I have his name, but like also like I'm carrying his nickname. Like that's what I called him.
That's
so it's
real.
like I kind of I see myself as him, but a better version, if that makes sense.
No, that's for sure, and I think that's what the point is. Like Teddy was saying, like you had grandma who did what she had to do. Then you had pops come in, set it up, and now it's like, okay, now I gotta go even further. And then like something I like want to touch on that you said, bro. It's like at home you see a lot of care, and like I think that get people mixed up from. I'm caring for you. I'm taking care of your needs versus I love you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people, you can take care of somebody. That don't mean you love them though.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I think I'm big on like my dad always say like love is an action as well. Like you say like how you bullshitting. My dad tell me, my dad paralyzed, shot 6 times. And like he'll say like right, but he get up every day and go to work. My dad, man, like.
Shit don't stop.
Come on, bro. So like my dad like feeling bad for somebody, like for what? Like come on, bro, get up and go get it. Like he said like I do this because I love you. I didn't see my dad get up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like his body hurt everything, you feel me? But like he said I get up and go to work every day for you, for my grandkids. So like I'm like, man, like love is action. And that's why you was like, how could I be bullshit, bro? That hit my soul. I'm like, come on.
For real, man. People
real,
always be looking at me like, man, how do you just stay consistent? How do you stay working on stuff? Like,
Right.
I don't know how Teddy does it.
It's from my love of music, and it's for me to get the fuck out of my house and make money off what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like, my grandma's always in the back of my mind, whether she knows it or not, whether my dad knows it or not. Like, I don't tell them shit like this every day because obviously they don't get it. I'm already at the point where I understand they don't get it.
Right.
But
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 you know.
I know.
You know what your
know.
mission
You know what I'm
is,
saying?
like,
I know
Sure.
my mission. I know, my take on life and how I see fits for me, and it's just like, I'm ready to keep it going. I've dropped a project every single year for a reason.
Right.
Multiple projects throughout the year for a reason because I like to do it.
Teddy damn near got like probably like almost like what 20 projects. Like,
Probably. I'm like currency with this
Well,
shit.
but even like with the shit that's been taken down, like
yeah.
it's probably
I've had-
like 20 or almost
Yeah,
like
probably
somewhere
20
around there.
SoundCloud projects, Apple Music projects with other people.
Oh damn, I forgot.
Yeah, James, Dana, Damon, Capo. Like I work. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
That's real, bro. And let me ask you, I always like to ask my guests this, man, like, if you had to tell me, like, and I want you to speak it into existence, bro, like, what the future gonna look like in 5-10 years? Like, because when we reminiscing back on this and like, man, Big Al Ted, y'all remember when y'all was the first ones to sit here and now Resiliency came here. What you do here, like, what life gonna look like for you, Teddy? Like, what's the goals, man? Like, what you want it to look like? What you want?
I want to say I'm starting with financially. Financially, I'm outside my parents' crib.
That's real.
Outside my parents' crib, living on my own dime off of my talents. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make fucking 6 figures type shit. No crazy shit. As far as I can get an apartment, feed myself, pay my bills off of maybe selling beats, engineering, songwriting, whatever it is. Like, shout out to CJ, you feel me? Like, one of my big homies, like, he inspires me every single day to keep striving for this shit. So like, definitely financially, I want to be on my own tip, you know what I'm saying, and like support myself like that. Hopefully like a kid in the next 5 years. If I can find the right one, if she ain't acting stupid, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully a kid in the next 5 years. I wouldn't mind. Where's my baby mama at? You feel me? But
she gonna tune into this.
Tune in. So like, hey, you heard me financially, girl. I got you. Feel me? But yeah. So definitely like that. Musically, I want to tap in with like 3 major artists in the next 5 years.
Let me ask you, what 3 major artists would you tap in right now if you had the opportunity?
Right now, Larry June.
Hey, okay. Shout out to Larry.
I feel like that can happen soon.
It can happen soon.
That's for a fact, right?
I got a feeling June's gonna be tapping in soon. Worthy, a lot of West Coast artists. That's all this to. Worthy, and I want to get Dom Kennedy.
Ooh,
Dom
that's
Kennedy,
West Coast legend.
West Coast legend. Like June, Worthy, and Dom.
Low key, I almost got plugs to all those. But it's just something.
Yo, high key. It's just a matter. Of time. Just a matter of time. Like, hey, if that Casey song drops, people hear it. they gonna tap in with me, tap in with Fishy again. They already do, but you know what I'm saying? They gonna like, oh, who's Teddy? You know what I'm saying? So eventually, but yeah, June, Worthy, Dom, I'm coming for y'all, man.
That's crazy.
Coming for y'all. So
That's real.
yeah, definitely in the next 5 years, man.
That's real.
Household name.
And then what about you, Big Guy? I see y'all got the clothing too. Like,
Man,
are y'all selling this as well?
Yeah,
Like,
man, this is all Teddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the main brand is 2 cream and 2 sugars. And the way I'm treating,
like that.
The way I'm treating this one is just like a fall winter collection. How Supreme will do it or how Bape will do it. So this collection is called Creamland. I had the hoodies, I had the coffee mugs. I was gonna do a few more things, but I went broke, so I had to slow down. I had to slow down a little bit. But yeah. So I mean, I'm restocking towards the end of the month. So I'll tap in with you though. I'll tap in with you.
Right.
So yeah.
And then what about you, Big Al?
For me, I always break everything down, creative wise, and then like outside, like personal life. So personal life, obviously me and my girl have a family, probably a house. I just don't know where at because we always talking
It's
about
out there.
moving. Yeah,
Right.
like
It's out there.
all that. What else? Some Rugrats, maybe a couple of them running around. A little me,
Little Al.
little Al,
Little Al.
and then what else? I guess art wise would just be kind of or entrepreneurial wise. I would want to be able to. I want to have a design agency. I just hired my first like illustrator the other day, and
Right.
like on a project, not necessarily like hired them, but like on a project I commissioned. I got him for a commission. Be able to just have an in home design agency or a studio, and eventually be able to just hire my friends. Like engineers, videographers, stuff like that for projects. Not so we all got this money rolling. Just take care of us all and have that ecosystem of this money stays in a circle and keeps rotating and stuff like that. So
Man, that's real.
I hope that's detailed. I mean,
No, that's real, bro. Like it's all about what the vision is to you, bro. Let me ask y'all, man. What inspiration would you give to someone who's in your shoes, like who wants to be a graphic designer, or maybe not even that, want to play sports or something like that, or be a producer, and like, man, they at that point of giving up, man. Like, what would you say to them? Because I'm sure, like you say, we done all been there, like at that, I want to give up. You know what I'm saying? So
I think about that all the time.
What type of encouragement would you give them?
Surround yourself with great people that think like you.
That's real.
And not necessarily 100% that think like you, but on the same wavelength. Because like me and Jim's don't agree on everything, but we're definitely
comedy.
That's facts. We definitely don't agree on everything, but we're alike though in a way though. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's real.
We know we love music. We know we want to create a great energy within the people that we're surrounded with. Like we always go back and forth. Like, yo, we're gonna make it. We're gonna do what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like always surround yourself with people that think like you in the sense of being positive, knowing there's always a way out.
That's
that
real.
man is always positive.
That's real.
You can be gonna do anything, and he'll be like, "Yo,
I ain't never seen him stress.
Never.
He'll stress for like 2 minutes. And
2
like,
minutes.
I'm tripping.
Yeah, so like,
That's real.
I ain't never seen nobody do that. He'll legit shrug it off. Like,
yeah, man, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Why am I even stressing? Like, be surrounded with people like that. Obviously, you're not going to meet everybody like that, but if you can stick with those people, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to benefit you, but also be beneficial to them as well, though.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Don't use up their energy or whatever Twitter wants to fucking say. Yeah, don't use them up, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you're going to better yourself. You take that in and be like, yo, I want to be like that, and you do the same, you know?
Right.
But yeah, just surround yourself with people like that. Always learn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's real.
That's all I can keep saying is always learn because you'll never get bored though.
That's real.
You'll never get bored. Like find new albums to listen to, especially this is more so I guess for producing or for artists. Like listen to much music as you can because you realize whatever you're doing is minuscule to what's out there. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So yeah, always learn, always surround yourself with great people. Yeah, that's all I got for that.
No, that's real right there, bro. And then let me ask you too, bro. Like, cause like you say, you don't. I feel like too, bro. People take disagreeing nowadays like as like a sign.
It's end all be all for some of these people. Like you disagree on one or two things, and friendship is over.
But like I was gonna ask you like what like the growing pains because I feel like they need it. You know what I'm saying? Like you need those conversations and like
look, me and him had a growing pain last year. And it was me. I really had to look at myself. It was me. I fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it got to the point where, like, I was, like, using him.
Right.
And I didn't realize that shit until he pointed it out. And I was like, damn, bro, like, I'm genuinely sorry because, like, I didn't know how he felt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, we easily could have just said, I could have been like, fuck this nigga.
Right. No, that's
you know
real.
What I'm saying? And I've seen so many people do that shit.
That's what I'm
like,
saying. Right. Right.
But, like, this is, if I really called this man my brother,
come on.
I really had to look at myself in the mirror, like, damn, I fucked up. That's I felt so bad. Like, damn, like, we're considered family and I'm treating him like that. It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. You really got to look at yourself in the mirror sometimes.
That's real, bro.
You feel me? Like, you're not always right. And that's one thing I'm learning every year. I'm not always right.
That's
and
real,
you really got to just, like, take a step back and see where you can, I don't know, change.
Goes back to learning, bro.
Yeah.
Not thinking you knowing everything.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like thinking you so smart. That's why like when my pastor touched on, he like, we think we so smart nowadays, PhDs, this and that. That don't mean nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like you say, keep reading. Keep doing that. Like
when you start getting other people's perspectives, you kind of just take a step back from a lot of shit. That's why, I don't know, like I've just been learning to shut the fuck up.
Right.
And just sitting back and
listening.
taking perspectives in, and then you just gotta know when to speak sometimes too. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. I've been friends with one of my homies since third grade, right? I'm not gonna say his name or whatever, but like, come to find out he supports Trump, and it's just like, how the fuck am I gonna end this friendship? I know political shit, whatever, right. But it's just kind of hard for me to like drop somebody that has fed me, looked out for me when it came to jobs, looked out for my family, like. So I don't know. It's like one of those things where like, shit like that's going to test you. Am I really going to let politics get in the way of another brother of mine? Like, that's just fucked up for me. So, like, I know a lot of people on Twitter or whoever the fuck, I hate Twitter because of that shit. Like, cancel culture is fucking trash. Like, I don't know. Shit like that is just always bothering me. But, like, so just realizing, I don't know.
No, that's real. Man. And then Big Al, like, bro, what type of encouragement would you give to somebody, like I said, who right there, like,
man, just be consistent, man. Believe in, just keep going. That's where what's really helped me is just to keep going and keep pushing. It's just consistency. And just being, like Teddy said, just surrounding yourself with the right people, being around the right circle, having that, and don't burn yourself out. That's what that's my biggest thing is like, I take time to just be like, all right, then I'm gonna relax. So Sundays, like, I don't even have my phone on. I just use my tablet. I'd be like, click, learn to just, take your mind off of like certain projects, kind of have that balance and stuff like that. Just keep a clear mind and, I guess know your end goal and just set small goals. Cause like I have a hard time writing goals down, but this year, like I legit, wrote a lot down and I accomplished a lot. Like, even if it don't happen in a year, it'll still accomplish it. Like, I think I tweeted like 3 years ago, like, oh, I want to make a book, and they came out this year. So it's like, I wasn't even thinking about doing it until like, I was like, damn, let me just get back to that. So, just being consistent, that's really it. Don't give up. And those hard times, just fall back and, realize what you really want to do and stuff like that. So just, that's it.
Man, that's big, man. Once again, bro, Big Al, Teddy, man, I'm so thankful, bro, that y'all came on here to, Resiliency Cam, bro. I love it, bro, because like you say, like just learning, I get to sit back and listen. And like I said, I always hear things and like this free game. I put this on YouTube. I'm like, bro, free game. I always hear some stuff. I'm like, I needed that. You know what I mean? Like I sent Voss a clip this week. He like, I needed to hear that this week. I'm like, you and me both, brother.
It be like that.
Come on, bro. So, man, just thankful that y'all can, come on tonight, man. Share y'all story, bro. Is there anything, y'all want to say before y'all go, man?
Shout out to you, man.
I appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate
for real.
you.
Man, appreciate that. For real.
Shout out to everybody, man. All my loved ones, man. That's really it. Like, man. Shout out to the gang, man. I'm just playing. That's real. But shout out to everybody. They know who they is. Because you say one person, then you got to say everybody.
Yeah, you got to say. So just shout out to the gang, man. You know who you are.
Like, shout out to everybody, man. Everybody that mess with me. Like, I really appreciate everybody that supports me, though. Like, for real. Like, that's real. Like, people don't understand this because, like, I don't share or don't follow back. Like, it's not even that. Like, I appreciate you. Like, I legit appreciate everybody. So, like, that's really what it is. That's all I gotta say.
Exactly what he said.
Hey, speaking of a follow back, can I give one?
I got you, bro. I got you.
Nah, man. I'm just teasing, bro. Just got it. You know what I'm saying?
The worst.
Yeah, I'm terrible at that.
Right. Man, once again, bro, appreciate having y'all,
man, I
bro.
appreciate you.
That was
Likewise,
big.
likewise.
Like you say, bro, the support, bro. Like, cause like when you working hard, when you working towards something, not 30 likes, them 30 views, whatever, mean the world, bro.
It be messing with your head, man, for real.
When it deflate, and you're like,
Damn, this was
Right.
hard.
I was popping last week.
Right. Pros and cons for sure, bro. But man, thank y'all once again, man, and we out, bro.